Hi, my name is Shane Sterling. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here we talk about raw food, detoxification, health, personal transformation. These are the things that excite me and interest me. I love to talk about them, and if you are interested in these topics, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you be part of the discussion. And in this video, I'd like to talk about my favorite raw food recipes. So I have some notes here that I'll just go over, and I've been on raw food now for 10 months. It is absolutely miraculous. I love it. It's the best thing that I've ever done for myself. I feel amazing on raw food. I'm so excited by how good I feel consistently that I am compelled to be here and share and maybe possibly offer insight or help to anyone else who is interested in how to live a raw food lifestyle and how to be healthy and happy and feel good 100% of the time on raw food. So this is just my perspective and some insights that I have from being on this lifestyle and journey for 10 months. I do feel that I will be on it for 10 years. I can't wait to say I've been raw for 10 years. I am really excited to get to live this lifestyle every single day because it makes me feel amazing, makes me feel my best, and it is truly exciting and invigorating for myself. So raw salad dressings are number one. I mean, raw salad dressings make my life doable. I basically try to end my day with salads, or at least have a good big salad filled with nutrient-dense foods and the tender greens every day. It makes me feel my best. I really do love it. Everybody's got slightly different preferences on how and what to eat on raw food. But for me, having a big salad is great. And, eating a big salad with a yummy raw dressing that I make fresh on the spot and I pour over that salad makes it so enjoyable. And it's taken me quite a while and quite a lot of experimentation as to how to get raw dressings correct in a way that I like. And that's okay. I mean, everybody's going to have their learning curve, and the time it takes to learn how to be excited about raw food and how to make raw food work for you every single day is going to be your journey. And the raw salad dressings are a great way to start. So I started with doing some recipes that I found online and whatnot and didn't like them, and slowly adapted and added things that I liked, and have gotten to one dressing that I've been on now for a while that I've been doing every single day, which I absolutely love. And I'll share that with you here. And even though this video isn't about doing the recipe in front of you, because I'm going to mention a couple, I can go over briefly what my favorite is like at this moment. So right now, my favorite raw food salad dressing is a creamy hemp seed dressing, and it's basically a lemon and apple cider vinegar base with hemp seeds added, and then I add one date for just a tiny bit of sweetness, and onion powder and garlic powder, and a little bit of dried basil, and a little bit of salt, and you blend that up, and it becomes creamy and thick, and it pours just like a dressing. You can make it just like a ranch dressing or something, but it's 100% raw. It's absolutely delicious, and I absolutely love it. I crave it so much. The hemp seeds have the omega-3 fatty acids and the protein in there. It's really a great complement to a salad dressing. And there are so many great raw dressings you can use. You can adapt that recipe and make it with tahini or add tahini to it. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I will literally just blend up cucumber and lemon juice on my salad or something like that, or bell pepper and tahini, or bell pepper and hemp seeds makes a delicious like orange creamy sauce to pour on top. So experimenting with raw dressings for your salad is a great way to do it. There's tons of recipes online. Tanny Raw is a YouTube channel that I highly recommend. She is the dressing master, and I've learned a lot of incredible information on how to make dressings from her. And so I would highly recommend that, and raw salad dressings are one of my favorite. Nice cream. Nice cream is absolutely an essential staple for enjoying a raw food diet, and it's not even really a recipe. It's more of just a prepared food. So I will make nice cream in my juicer. You can also use food processors or Vitamix blenders to do it. You can add flavorings, you can add strawberries or chocolate or anything you want to make it a flavored nice cream. I have found to make a raw chocolate sauce that I pour over top for like a sundae style. So, and me and the kids absolutely love it. My children love it. They ask me for it every day, and it's just all raw, whole food. So I never say no. I never have to limit it. They can eat it for dinner. They can eat it before bedtime because it's just whole raw bananas. And the chocolate sauce I make is a raw cacao. I start with a raw cacao powder, and I add hemp seeds for creaminess. So to make it like kind of like a milk chocolatey sauce, the hemp seeds add that creaminess. Also add protein and omega-3 fatty acids. And then I will add dates for sweetness. And then I will add just a splash of vanilla. You know, obviously that's not raw. It's your preference if you want to use seasonings and things like that. And a little bit of salt. And that makes it absolutely delicious. And you can add stevia if you want to make it extra sweet, you know, like a real chocolate sauce. Otherwise, if you're just using dates, it's kind of like more like a food, you know, it's kind of the same sweetness as the nice cream itself. And if you're used to standard ice cream and chocolate sauce, the chocolate sauce stands out as being sweet and salty. So you can add more sweetness and salt if you want it to have that effect. Otherwise, it's really just like a whole food, and it's so delicious. And there's so many different ways to make nice cream, and it's a fantastic prepared raw food. Coconut yogurt is one that I make all the time. Coconut yogurt is filled with healthy probiotics. I ferment it right on my counter. It is absolutely delicious. You can control how tart it is or how creamy it is depending on how you make it. I start with raw young Thai coconuts I get at the Asian market, and I will open those up and take the raw meat and put it in the blender, and then take the coconut water and just add a little bit back in and blend it. It's basically just the raw coconuts and the water. And then once it's blended to a cream smoothie consistency in my Vitamix blender, you do need a high-powered blender for the raw coconut yogurt. You can't use a regular blender. It's not powerful enough. When I first went raw, I tried making coconut yogurt in my regular Cuisinart blender, and it was a huge fail. It was chunky, and I couldn't ever get it smooth and creamy. So I did invest in a Vitamix. Highly valuable, best in kitchen investment, best raw food investment I ever made is the Vitamix, and my juicer, my Green Star Elite slow masticating juicer. So the coconut yogurt is literally just raw young Thai coconuts blended up until smooth, and then you add probiotic powder. You can get a probiotic powder from the grocery store. I use Puridyme's Life Biotic. You can look up Puridyme's Life Biotic online. It's a great quality probiotic. It's a proteolytic probiotic which breaks down the proteins. It breaks down the fats. It makes it highly bioavailable for the body. It's so extremely easy to digest and full of what our body needs. It's got the saturated fat from the coconut, lubricates our cells, lubricates the joints. It's anti-inflammatory. Coconut is a staple for me, and it's a staple on a raw food diet. Highly recommend it. And easy to make. And so I also have here monomeals and salads. So basically those three things that I just mentioned, which is the raw salad dressing, the nice cream, and the coconut yogurts, those are really, to be honest here, the only real prepared foods I make. On a raw food diet, I basically eat monomeals and salads. I will eat fruit, and I will sit down and just have fruit. I'll just have a watermelon or pint of blueberries or a cantaloupe. And that's really just a monomeal, one thing at a time, one fruit at a time, one food at a time for your meal. It makes me feel my best. I love the digestion I get from monomeals. I don't think we need to mix and cook and stir and process our foods too much. I mean, for vital health, really, I think it's important to make it easy on our body to digest the food. And it's really what I consider to be extreme act of kindness to myself to eat monomeals because it doesn't create difficulty for my body to digest. So I'm a big fan of mono meals, and salads, of course, are mixed, but it's a salad. Let's eat more salad to be healthy. I mean, that's just a bottom line. So I love fruit mono meals. I love making salads. I don't overcomplicate things on my raw food diet. I don't really like mixing too many ingredients. I'm not a big recipe person, even though this video is about the recipes I like. I just wanted to share with you kind of my experience on a raw food diet, and that I don't find that I need to make recipes. And the next bullet point I have on my list here is my failed recipe attempts. And I have, in the process of transitioning to a raw food diet, tried so many recipes and failed miserably at so many recipes and made disasters that were inedible. And that's just part of the process, and that's okay. It's fun to experiment. It's fun to say, oh, let me find a raw food recipe online. But really, for myself, what I've found is that I always come back to mono meals and salads, and the three things that I mentioned: raw salad dressings, coconut yogurt, and banana and ice cream. Those are really the only things I prepare for myself anymore. I do some other things. I definitely sprout. I sprout legumes and make sprouted bean mixes. I sprout sunflower sprouts and sunflower seeds, and I sprout microgreens. And I think sprouting is a way that I really channel a lot of that energy of wanting to make things and wanting to make recipes, and I channel it into sprouting. And there's so much health benefits to sprouting. I mean, the living life force energy in those young little sprouts, they're about to become plants. They're so invigorated with life. You put that into your body, you get that invigoration of life right in your body. It's so health giving. It's so much vitality in that food, and you can really feel it. So the more I am raw, the more sprouts I eat, the more I crave the sprouts, and the more I know that that's the path for me on my raw food journey, is sprouting and life vitality in my food, and really nutrient density, and looking for the ways that I can control ways I get minerals, vitamins, natural bacteria on the food. And sprouting really does that for me. So that's, like I said, one of the ways I channel my desire to make things and do recipes into sprouting. And I just have a common question here. I never know what to make with raw food. That's just something I hear people say all the time, is I never know what to make. I want to try a raw food diet, but I just don't know what to make. And that is definitely a problem when you're transitioning from a standard diet, a standard American diet, where everything is cooked and prepped and mixed, and all the food is just so highly processed and damaged. I mean, even just making a baked potato and some steamed broccoli is a lot of processing on the food. You spend hours baking the potato and steaming the broccoli, and so we are coming from that paradigm of making food. But the longer I spend on raw food, the more I realize that it's not about making anything, and it's about allowing the food to be what it is, straight as it comes from Mother Nature, straight as it comes from the way God intended it to be, baked in the sun to perfection for us to eat, with all of the vital life force energy, all of the living enzymes and the micronutrients and the proteins and the oxygen all present in the food. There's biophotons and electromagnetic energy in the food, and when we cook our food, we destroy all of those elements, and we don't get any of that vital life force energy. So for me, it's not about what to make exactly, and I think that's one of the biggest transitions in our minds that we have to make to be successful on a raw food diet. And it's one of the biggest transformations that we can go through, is switching our entire construct and belief system of reality away from cooked food and onto raw food. And it's a highly worthwhile journey. It is exactly why I am in service to this message, and why I am here sharing my experience, because I believe it is the way. I want to help others understand some of the simplicity of a raw food diet, and also some of the complexities it takes to transition to a raw food diet. And it's highly worth it. I'm in support of raw food. I'm in support of transitioning to a raw food diet. And anyone who is listening to this video right now, you've made it this far. This is probably something you want to do. So I'm in support of that. Thank you for being here. If you like content like this, if you like topics on raw food and transitioning to raw food, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you part of the conversation. So hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.